Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
While 2020 has been the year of weird, I believe we can all look back and think of at least one thing we're thankful for. And I want to thank the Swain Event family for your support and interaction. I've enjoyed getting to know the listeners and hope to continue those relationships for a long time. As always, when you need assistance in buying, selling, or investing in real estate, just give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. A Tennessee 3. Ben, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell you, Ben? I told you so, Ben. I told you so. Hey, man, this team got guys that got pretty strokes. Just needed to see some balls going in the hoop in practice. And, boy, did we see some balls go through the hoop during the game against Kansas. Put the smackdown on Kansas, man. I like to see it. Love to see it. Ben, you was right, though. Both teams got a dub this week. So, good morning, sir.
Good morning. I got lucky. Called my shot. Got lucky. I did not see a 19-point beatdown coming on Saturday night between number 18 Tennessee and number 15 Kansas. I think I've now found the most impressive stat under the Rick Barnes era. You know, a lot of people talk about Pat Summitt's remarkable streak of graduating her players. Mm-hmm. Rick Barnes now has a stat very similar. He has produced great fathers. Eve Pons, the daddy of the Kansas Jayhawks, along with Admiral Schofield, who is the father of Mississippi State's former player Robert Woodard. Very, very great father. Just a great father Admiral Schofield is after dunking on Robert Woodard in the SEC tournament. So you have him. You have Lamonte Turner, who is the daddy of the Kentucky Wildcats.
He is.
You know, Rick Barnes, that's his most impressive feat at Tennessee, in my opinion, is that he has really cultivated a family-like atmosphere, a legitimate family-like atmosphere where he has really honed in and created some great fathers over the course of his time at Tennessee. I think that's the most impressive thing Rick Barnes has done, because Yves Pons is now on the list. Yves Pons is the daddy of the Kansas Jayhawks.
He was balling, man.
He hates Kansas for whatever reason.
He was in the zone. He's on fire, baby. Old school NBA Jam. He was on fire, man.
2 years in a row.
God, he was getting in the business. This team can be really hard to beat if they're making shots.
Now that is a Final Four team.
If guys like Fulkerson and Pond step up and play good together, feed off one another, make shots down in the paint, attacking the basket, giving guys an opportunity to make open shots. That's the Tennessee team that we were looking forward to seeing more of this season. But it's all right, man. We might see it again tomorrow.
We've got a month before the tournament, the big dance, a month and a half before the big dance begins. Seems like Tennessee may be hitting its stride when it matters most. Still a long way to go. 1 game sample size, but Saturday night was a great reminder of what this basketball team can do. Everybody bought into their roles, whether it be Keon Johnson, Jaden Springer. I thought they both looked great in the starting lineup together for the first time. Keon was kind of sloppy at times, but I like the lineup with Keon, Jaden, and Santiago to go with Pons and Folke. I'm sure we'll continue to see that. But more importantly, I thought Josiah Jordan-James and Victor Bailey Jr. really bought into their roles. Josiah was awesome, nearly had a double-double. He had 9 points, 11 rebounds, I believe, and he also had like 4 assists, a block, a steal. That is the Josiah Jordan-James that we hyped up about a month ago, a guy that just affects the game in so many different areas on the box score. May not put 20, 25 points on the board, but he can knock down open shots, knock down open threes. He can get to the rim, rebound, assist, block shots, pick up some steals. And then Victor Bailey Jr. was awesome as well. Stayed within himself, within the offense, didn't take any ridiculous shots. And I believe he finished with he finished with double digits, 11 or 13 points, something like that. Looked good defensively as well. Santiago played within himself. Folke and Pons played like Folke and Pons should have. Pons stayed out of foul trouble. Olivier Camois taking a step forward.
You see that?
Back-to-back games, Olivier has provided Tennessee with some good minutes early on. So this basketball team, again, 1 game sample size, beat Mississippi State by 3 or 4 points. So kind of, but 1 game sample size against Kansas. If they can continue this into this week against Ole Miss and Kentucky, 2 teams that are not playing all that well, should be 2, not easy wins because they are on the road, but 2 wins that they should absolutely pick up. It'd be a great sign of things to come. I'd much rather them be playing their best basketball down the stretch than the way that they have in past years under Barnes, where it felt like they played their best basketball in December and January.
You know how Rick Barnes, it don't really matter how Tennessee plays in a basketball game. Rick Barnes always finds something to critique, always finds something to point out that Tennessee can do a better job at. And I can see the Tennessee basketball players looking at Rick Barnes saying, "What you gonna say now? Coach Barnes, what you gonna say now?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
What you gonna say now, Coach Barnes? Because I mean, this team shot 94% from the free throw line. Can't say anything there. Huh, Rick? What you say?
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? Coach.
Coach, you there? They shot 53% from the field. Coach, any critiques? Huh? You still there, Coach? They shot 62% from the 3-point line. 62% from the free throw line. Oh, now Coach Barnes will say something.
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
Now you want to say something. I mean, wow. Wow. Oh, I can find something.
Oh, you can, and he pointed it out.
Oh, I can find
quick, fast, and in a hurry in the press conference.
Oh, I can find something.
13 turnovers that led to 19 points off of turnovers for Kansas.
There it is. 15 assists, 13 turnovers. There it is.
How many baskets did they make?
There it is. There it is. I'm not looking at that stat. I'm looking at the total box score, but I can go click on another link here.
The reason I ask is because 15 assists sounds pretty good off the cuff. It just depends on how many buckets they made. But yes, the turnovers were not pretty, and Barnes said after the game that was the one thing he griped about in the locker room. He said that he told the guys that if there's one thing that I could point to on the box score, it would be that we gave up 13 turnovers that led to 19 points for Kansas. He was not happy about that.
There it is, man. I think I kind of know the reason why. Watching us play, it's been kind of a recurring theme every game too. Man, sometimes we start our offense and we're like 30 plus feet from the basket, really far, and our point guard is just not going to go past anybody. He's not. And so teams put that ball pressure on us and kind of pushes us away from the basket. We did a better job of getting to the basket and making plays against Kansas, but that's a problem for us. And it causes us to make some turnovers. And every game, our point guard's going to have one of those baseline drives, get in no man's land, either try to jump, pass, or something, and it's a turnover happening against Kansas. But, man, we shot the ball very, very well. That was the type of basketball team that we've been looking forward to. I wish in that basketball game the arena was full.
Yes.
Because even 3,000 people sound pretty loud, man.
There's no way there was only 3,000 people there.
Only 3,000 people could come. Hey, come on. Hurry up. Take your temperature. Hurry up. Here, put your mask on. Hurry up. Get it. Everybody, come on. Here's some Tussin. Take a shot, Tussin. Come on, get in here. It's Kansas game. We got to get loud, baby, for the Kansas game.
It was loud. It was definitely loud. Did not feel like 3,000, 4,000, whatever the official reported capacity
I heard it
was. And it is really unfortunate that there wasn't 21,000 there for that game, especially on some of those early Kansas offensive possessions, shot clock violations, and where the guys were doing a good job of keeping their man in front of them and forcing Kansas to jack up shots at the end of the shot clock. Arena would have been very loud during those situations. Or the Jaden Springer.
We sure heard a lot about Kansas during that broadcast, didn't we?
Not I. I didn't listen.
I did.
I think that was the thing I was most thankful for this weekend, is that I did not have to watch the broadcast and I could watch it in person.
The best part about the broadcast, I know Dick Vitale was talking about Kansas a lot. The best part of that was realizing that Kansas has still not heard a word back from the NCAA. It's been 3 years. Will Wade still coaching at LSU. Kansas still has their coach. Nothing has happened. All the players are gone. Zion Williamson is a veteran now in the NBA. He's an NBA vet.
Can't play no defense.
He's still a vet, man. He's still a vet. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you're looking around and you're going, yo, listen, I know what we did. We got caught red-handed, cool, whatever, but my goodness, can we get some consistency here from the NCAA? And maybe they help Tennessee with their punishment. But man, I feel for Josh Heupel, man. That's why I think he deserves our support until he proves that he doesn't deserve it anymore. He deserves our support because, man, he's walking into a mess. He really is. And so when he addressed the basketball fans, Tennessee fans, the basketball game, which is what really every coach does when they first get the job. I feel like we've been through this a couple times, Ben. Way too many times.
Yes.
We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, TKL, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. TKL and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks. More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work from anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Days, no payment for business internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com. Jason Swain, Ben McKee. February the 1st. Woo! February the 1st, man. January is gone. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. On the text box from Friday, 10:01, Jared says, Coach Yak's trust comments make sense now. Let me go and see what Yak Johnson, exactly what he said.
I know he came on the show and attempted to smooth those comments over, but I do remember kind of having one eyebrow raised through that whole storyline. I was hesitant to believe Coach Yak on that one.
We believe Coach Yak.
Well, I
remember because he was talking about he criticized something, but he
wanted to go somewhere he could trust or something along those lines.
He turned down LSU.
Right.
So he had plenty of opportunities to go to LSU, and the way he worded it just sounded like he was trying to throw Tennessee under the bus and throw Pruitt under the bus. Listen, he did not feel comfortable working for Coach Pruitt. That wasn't his type of atmosphere that he was used to or wanted to be a part of. It's a reason why he left, but I don't think his public comments was trying to throw Pruitt under the bus like that. He was really trying to keep that stuff close to the vest. So I thought his comments didn't reveal that he didn't trust Pruitt. He really wanted to go and be a little bit closer to his son's grandparents. They're in Tallahassee. He's from Louisiana. I remember vaguely that conversation. That's just that atmosphere that he was coaching under at Tennessee. That's just not him, man. He's laid back. He ain't with that stuff that Pruitt was about when he was talking to his coaches, man. That's not what Yak is all about, man. We need to go back and look at exactly his comments. Exactly his comments. The Lions. Sorry, Lions. Sorry, Lions. Let me get back to this text box right quick. Dave said, put your cup on, boys. Always on. Chip Haynes, Dickie V, always white knighting for the Blue Bloods, especially Kansas.
Dickie V is great for basketball, college basketball. He really is in terms of a face, one of the many faces of college basketball. He tries to spread positivity, and I respect that about him. I appreciate that about him. And growing up, when the NCAA basketball game was still being made and I was still playing that as a youngin', his voice in the game, that's a dunkaroo. I mean, that one of the reasons I became a college basketball fan. So I appreciate Dickie V, but he is tough to listen to. And the older he gets, the harder it gets to listen to.
He was like, hey, Bill Self told me that they didn't do anything wrong. So he kept saying that. He was very careful in his words. He didn't make it seem like that he was taking up for him. He just was saying that Bill Self told him that, they didn't do anything wrong. So
what else is Bill Self going to say? Yeah, Dickie V, I paid this much money for this player.
I offered Zion Williamson to come here, and then he just went to Duke. Yeah, I offered him. Yeah. So, I can take Dickie V in doses. Let's see. PJ says, y'all think T Mark will stay on staff? Man, I don't even know what's going to happen there. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. So I think by this week we should know exactly what's going to happen with T Martin. And whatever happens, wish him nothing but the best. The business side of it makes it difficult when you have feelings involved and when you're a former player. I just hope everything works out. I really do. Allval 85 says, I understand there's a long time to go, but what are your thoughts on Ty Simpson going ahead and announcing so early? I doubt it's to us, and it would be nice if it was to others. It was us, so others would give us a serious look. No, it ain't a long time to go at Allval 85. He's going to commit on the 19th. That's not a long time. That's 18 days. And he's been getting pressure from Alabama and Clemson to make a decision because quarterbacks usually have to do that because teams want to kind of build around the quarterback. So Clemson has told him, Alabama has told him, hey, man, what do you want to do? Because if you're not going to make a decision, we have to go with someone else. We have to move on. And so it looks like it's Alabama, Clemson, Tennessee. The fact that he announces commitment date on the 19th and Tennessee just got a new coach does not look good at all for Tennessee, Ben. I mean, I think everyone put two and two together. You put two and two together on Twitter yesterday in your tweet. It just doesn't look like it's going to be Tennessee.
No, you can't. As we have talked about so many times, recruiting is a relationship-based business, and 3 to 4 weeks is not enough time for Josh Heupel to establish a relationship that Jeremy Pruitt and Ty Simpson had together, to establish the type of relationship that Nick Saban has with Ty Simpson, to establish a relationship that Dabo Swinney and the quarterback's coach at Clemson, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, like Brandon something, I don't know. The type of relationship that Dabo and Ty Simpson has, Brandon Streeter, is that right?
Streeter.
It's just not enough time to establish those type of relationships. So the good news is that Ty Simpson can't sign anywhere until December at the earliest. I do believe he's going to try and be an early enrollee. He is playing in the Army All-American game. He had previously committed to the Under Armour All-American game, but he is going to play in the Army All-American game in San Antonio, where the great Jason Swain is a former participant. So the good news for Tennessee is that even if Tennessee doesn't land Ty Simpson in 3 weeks from Friday, then Ty Simpson can't sign anywhere until December at the earliest. So that's enough time for Josh Heupel to establish a relationship, prove to him that he can use him properly in his offense here at Tennessee. So that's the good news. That's kind of what I take away from it, because I do believe that Ty was looking for any reason to commit to Tennessee prior to Jeremy Pruitt being fired, because he did have a great relationship with Jeremy Pruitt and also Chris Weinke, but he also recognized the dysfunction on the field before the investigation began. I mean, the offense was abysmal, as we all know, so it's kind of hard to look at that and feel good about that situation when Nick Saban is recruiting you and Mac Jones and Devontae Smith and Najee Harris, that offense is doing what it's doing, and then also Trevor Lawrence and the Clemson offense is doing what it's doing. So between the uneasiness with the offensive direction under Jeremy Pruitt and also the then investigation that followed up the uneasiness with the offense, I think Ty was looking for any reason to commit to Tennessee. I think he wanted to be at Tennessee during that point, that stretch, but he also recognized the business aspect of it, which I just laid out. And then you fire Pruitt and you just completely lose the one thing that you had going for you, and that was that he and Pruitt truly had a great relationship. Ty Simpson said in one of his comments, I think it was to 247, that he viewed Coach Pruitt more as a friend than somebody recruiting him, and that's what he misses the most is that he lost a friend, and he was not pleased at all by Jeremy Pruitt being fired. said that he was shocked and it hurt him. So 4 weeks later, when he's announcing his commitment, doesn't sound like somebody that's going to be picking Tennessee. But again, the good news, signing day is 9 months away. There is plenty of time for Tennessee to hopefully get things turned around. My only worry is that he's committing to a place like Alabama or Clemson, and he's a quarterback. He's not a receiver, not an offensive lineman or some of these positions that you see flip fairly frequent. You don't see quarterbacks flip very often, so that is a concern. But again, for the millionth time, signing day is a long ways away.
Nick Saban is selling to Ty Simpson that he get a chance to learn from the dude who coached Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, the NFL head coach, a coach that not only coached Tom Brady but coached Deshaun Watson, and Bill O'Brien. We finally get ourselves a can't-miss quarterback prospect inside state Tennessee. We've known about him for years. For years.
Offered him before he was a freshman in high school.
And now when it's the crunch time, and now when he's getting ready to commit, this is the position that we're in. It's like saving money. It's like saving money for a year to get that brand new TV you want. And then on your way to go buy it, you slip, you stumble, you fall, and you drop your debit card down in the drain. You can't even get it anymore. Like, what can go wrong will go wrong. That's what it feels like. But I'm trying to be positive. What's your telephone number, Ben? I'm going to text you right quick.
865.
Let me text you.
223.
I'm going to text you. I'm going to send you a text. I don't want to say it on the radio.
865-223-3475.
I just sent you a text. Did you get that?
Yes. Do you want me to repeat what you said?
Sure.
This sucks.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's get to Don. Don, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning, Don.
Hey man, don't let me try to pull you up out of the doldrums here about Ty. I wouldn't count on him not coming here. He seemed to like his first conversation with Coach Heupel. As somebody pointed out on the message board, so he was going to come here to run an offense that wasn't worth a crap, but he's not willing to. He's not coming here to run a wide open, fantastic quarterback offense. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I know it's about relationships, etc. I wonder if he's took a real good look at the depth chart at quarterback at Alabama and Clemson. I watched Clemson play without number 16 this year, and that freshman looked pretty good, and he's still going to be a freshman because of COVID. So you might want to look at that. And then they brought Bryce Young down there at Alabama. He couldn't even get on field, and everybody thought he was going to start as a freshman. I don't know about that, unless he doesn't care if he wants to ride the pine for a couple, 3 years. Now, he may be like number 16 and think he can just go in and take over anyhow. That's great confidence. Or maybe, I think I would really reconsider making that commitment this early. And of course, commitment's commitment. It can change to see how the quarterback situation and the offense and everything works out this coming year. Caden Salter and the kid that transferred from Virginia Tech and Harrison Bailey. There's some depth there, too, that I think is going to look a whole lot different than what we've been looking at. But I one thing I wanted to bring up to you, I know you don't, Jason, you mentioned, like, I don't listen to this show or watch that or whatever, but I was watching Pennington and them yesterday, And one of the most interesting things I've seen was the 2 years that Coach Heupel was at Missouri. They compared the stats on offense, touchdown, scoring, average, etc., between Heupel at Missouri at the same time, at least for 1 year, Lane at Alabama with all that talent, and also Hugh Freeze, who was still at Ole Miss with all those Bach players, and I think Miles on. Guess who won almost every stat?
The hype
Missouri
man.
with Heupel.
The hype man.
Missouri with Heupel.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't understand people's not wanting to give this guy a chance when a lot of people talk about his record going down to 6-4 last year during the COVID year. They wanted Lane. What was his record last year? Oh, that's right. It was 5-5. And they say, well, he don't have, Coach Heupel, his teams didn't play defense. Now, as exciting as Ole Miss's offense was, like against Alabama, they scored like 48, but they give up about 60. Sounds like they're arguing with themselves to me.
Yeah, that conversation is always tough to have because Lane was playing and coaching in the SEC and Heupel was coaching, in whatever conference the
AAC,
the AAC.
Put some respect on it, Swain.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just people just. I really think it just boils down to this: right off the bat, even before they fired Pruitt, people was wanting to fire Pruitt, wanting him to be fired. They latched on to Lane, they latched on to Hugh, and they latched on to Jamie Chadwell. And if it wasn't one of them, other than going out and getting some really, really big name, they weren't going to be happy with anybody that they chose.
Oh yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true, Don. I mean, honestly, man, when you pull the the curtain back and you really, really think about this hire, Josh Heupel is probably the best hire. Any hire that Tennessee has made. If you want to go look at Butch Jones, you can count those shared conference championships if you want to. Because Bush didn't win an outright conference championship. Bush has never been a coordinator where he took a team that was middle of the road or bottom of the SEC and then made him number one in the SEC the next year.
And then
it dropped down again after he leaves.
Dooley, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a good hire. It was a good hire. I just feel bad for Heupel that he's walking into the situation where you have a VFL who's supposed to be on contract because of the previous AD promised him a contract extension. That AD was fired. He's not longer here. So who's going to be there to honor it?
That's T. Martin's spot.
Hey, Jason Simpson, what you want to coach? I will see if Jason Simpson wants to be in orange with a whistle on. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. 865-255-03. Be right back.
Yo, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks. More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work from anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
For around the SEC this morning, Ben, what do you have for us, my friend?
Eric Gilbert, the coveted LSU transfer tight end, is headed to Florida. He announced last night that he had committed to Florida, and he will be replacing Kyle Pitts there in Gainesville. So Eric Gilbert finally has a home. Tennessee was somewhat considered. Georgia was considered. Clemson was considered. Auburn was considered. But he ultimately picks Florida. So Eric Gilbert is on the move to Gainesville. Should be an interesting
Oh, it will be. I think I mentioned Gilbert and Florida in past when we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it finally happened. I'm not really crying over that one. He's a great player, but there's some
stoof.
There's some concerns there as well. So I wish him nothing but the best, though. And he's a great player, but we'll see if Dan Mullen's able to handle him.
Good luck, Dan. Maybe Eric Gilbert will be what finally pushes Dan to take that NFL job finally. On the basketball court, the SEC Big 12 Challenge took place on Saturday. Tennessee did give the SEC the 5-4 win because the SEC can always count on Tennessee men's basketball and Rick Barnes. And side note, you know what's going to happen next year, don't you?
Oh, we going to Texas.
Or Texas is coming to Tennessee. More than likely going to Texas.
I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, it's been surprising because the SEC Big 12 Challenge has been around since before
that should have been
That
should have been the first year. I'm glad it wasn't.
Me too.
But both teams would have been. Both teams were sorry anyways.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting.
It wouldn't really matter, but definitely it should have been this year to be honest, because both teams are supposed to be really good.
Yeah, but they did pit the team that was supposed to win the SEC, Tennessee, versus the team that always wins the Big 12, Kansas. So that makes sense. But I guarantee you, Tennessee, Texas will take place next season. In terms of the other games,
we'll be ready.
Oklahoma beat Alabama 66-61. A very impressive win for Oklahoma because it was down 2 starters in the game. They just out-efforted Alabama, outworked them, out-hustled them, outplayed them.
Out-efforted. We'll roll with that one.
That's a phrase.
We'll roll with out-efforted.
That's what happened. Oklahoma played harder than Alabama, and it was a joy to watch Sooners end Alabama's 10-game winning streak.
Did you root for Oklahoma?
Yes, I was yelling "Boomer Sooner" all day long. I'm not like Volstorm and root for Alabama just because they're playing a team from a different area of the country than the South.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It was hard to really root for Oklahoma because they made me mad taking all our players. But I dang sure ain't gonna root for Alabama. So it was bittersweet. It was bittersweet. And I dang sure ain't gonna be rooting for the SEC like Kentucky Twitter account either. Y'all would have lost the game. Y'all would have lost the conference challenge account, tweeting out SEC after Tennessee beats Kansas. Your rival beats Kansas, and you're cheering for us, Kentucky. Who is running that Twitter account in Kentucky?
Yeah, I would have been perfectly fine with the SEC losing the SEC Big 12 Challenge.
Yeah, I don't care about SEC success.
I've told you plenty of times, I've mentioned on the air, I am hypocritical when it comes to, quote, SEC pride. I am two-faced when it comes to this SEC pride stuff. On one hand, like I just said, I wanted Alabama to lose. I wanted Florida to get its teeth kicked in by West Virginia. I wanted Texas Tech to destroy LSU. I wanted TCU to beat Conzo. I wanted Arkansas to lose to Cade Cunningham. I wanted Bruce Pearl to lose by 50 to Baylor.
I enjoyed every second of that Baylor game. It was great.
I did too. I wanted all that to happen, but I was also quick to say, oh, yeah, well, the SEC won the Big 12 Challenge. The SEC better than the Big 12. So it's like I don't root for it in the moment, but after the fact, when the stat, I guess, has been created that the SEC is obviously better than the Big 12, I do get on that ship and promote that the SEC is better than the Big 12.
We use it for bragging rights only.
Yes, that's it.
We only have SEC pride when we are using it for bragging rights against someone who's against the SEC. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I can't stand the SEC.
Nope.
I am a proud hypocrite when it comes
to
the SEC talk. That's me. Hypocrite Swain. I will wear that badge proudly.
Two-faced Ben.
That's
Two-Faced
right.
Swain.
That's right.
The two-faced event.
Go Oklahoma. Yeah. Go Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas. Go. But let somebody outside the SEC talk about the SEC. What you say about the SEC? What? We got the best conference in the land. We got more draft picks. We got this. Going to all these national championships. That's right. Go Ohio State. Beat Alabama in championship game. Go. We are hypocritical and proud of it. All right, who's on the phone?
We got Daytona.
Daytona, good morning.
Good morning, Swaino.
How you doing?
Good. Technical question for you.
Uh-oh.
So I'm listening to the show on my phone, and it's playing like 15, 20 seconds, and then it stops, and then I have to go back and hit the button again.
What kind of phone you got?
Android.
That might explain something.
It did it on Friday, too.
I don't have an Android. Ben doesn't have an Android, and I have not heard anyone else have that issue. Usually when there's there's a technical issue on our side, I get more than just one person reaching out, sharing that with me. So this is the first I've heard of it.
Okay.
So this is what I would do. I would delete the app and reinstall it, and see what that does.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, men looked great.
They did.
All right, guys. I'll talk at you later.
See you, man. Yeah, Chip. I wouldn't jump to any conclusions on that. Okay. I'm not gonna go into details on here, but Chip, I would just kind of reserve judgment for right now. Vaughn Birmingham says, I have an iPhone app and it's done that to me before. Delete the app and then reinstall. Justin says, tell Daytona his phone is putting the app to sleep. Go to settings and take off the sleep list. So Justin says no problem on his Android. So there you go. You got some. Mine's doing the same thing on iPhone. Well, this is good. 90s Vol says tell him to take it off Wi-Fi. Also, Mike says, can we delete UT and reinstall it too?
Reboot it.
Maybe
Mike. You do need the death penalty.
Now, so Mike, if we delete UT, does that mean you're gonna root for Clemson now? Got him. I'll never forget. Now, so Mike called in 2 weeks ago and
last week
admitting that he roots for Clemson too. I was like, oh, now so Mike.
You opened up a can of worms.
This is the first time I've heard this. That's the first time you heard this right here, man. Oh man!
At least Vol Nation keeps it to basketball when he roots for Memphis.
I'm kidding with you now, so Mike.
I am well.
Don't be trying to fight me at the Rock or anything. Don't be trying to throw hands at me. Next time I'm at Dead End Barbecue, man, I'm a lover.
Because
I ain't a fighter.
if you do, I'm gonna have to send my representative Andy to confront you.
Oh man, let's see. Text box. Matt County Vol says, what's so special about Todd Simpson? I live in West Tennessee, and I don't see what's so special about him. To me, looking at the region and class he plays in, and the competition he plays against, he hasn't impressed me or several people I know in this area. He has all the tools that you want in a quarterback to lead your football program. He's very, very mature. He can make all the throws, and he's mobile. I mean,
he's the real deal.
He's the real deal.
Just look at the teams that are desperately trying to land him. The two most successful football programs over the last 5 to 7 years. Alabama the last decade or so.
Yeah. So I don't care what you saw, Mad County Vol, out there in West Tennessee. What Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney sees is a franchise quarterback. And that's really all that matters. And that's what Tennessee and other schools know about him too. He's special. No, he's special. Worst timing ever we have. Josh from Morristown talking about Heupel. As far as resume goes, he's the most proven we've had since majors. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you stop and think about it, it's like, whoa. Ooh. Wow, I never thought about it that way. (865-255-03). Let's go back to the phones and let's see here. Who we got? We got Clemson Mike. I'm just kidding. Lots of Mike. Good morning, man.
Man. Hey, listen. Hey, I appreciate the dig, man. And believe me, that's as much fun as I've had since we used to win ball games. But listen, for real. Now listen, we can go back and review the tape. Now you're wrong for this now, because there ain't no way you don't remember me telling you that I grew up in Anderson. Anderson is 10 minutes away from Clemson.
I heard you say it. I heard you say that you root for Clemson too. I heard both things.
You ain't heard it before last week?
I haven't heard you say that you root for Clemson though. I know you were from South Carolina. I never heard you say you root for Clemson too.
You go back through my Twitter anyway. It don't matter, man. Anyway, but I mean to clarify now. Now I remember that conversation. I know you heard me say that UT is my school, but if I got to cheer for somebody else at the present time or someone else, then I'm gonna root for Clemson.
That's fine. It's okay, brother.
I went to school with a couple of guys that ended up going and graduating and playing for Clemson, but man, I mean, I just had to call you back. That was a good dig. You got me, but it is what it is. There ain't nothing left to talk about, man. I mean, I can hear it in your voice. You're out. You're depressed. I'm depressed. The people at Home Depot is depressed. I mean, it's everywhere. Everything, everywhere I go around here in the city, there is a fog of just give upness. And I'll make that a word this morning.
Hey, Dawson Mike, man, I appreciate the phone call. I mean, I'm not doing somersaults or anything. I watched Florida against Missouri in gymnastics over the weekend, man. that's how much I was missing football. Florida's a pretty good gymnastics team. They're more in the country. I did not know that. But I'm not doing backflips or anything. I'm not depressed though. I'm not depressed. I was depressed 2 weeks ago when everything was going on with the press conference. I was depressed then, man. That was tough. I'm a little bit better now. So Mike was explaining himself, wasn't he? I went to school I got friends that went to Clemson 15 minutes away. Hour 2 coming up.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover back by Alcoa Credit Union, 865-255-03. Irish Networks hotline. Boy, now somebody had me rolling, man. Rolling. I ain't that depressed, man. I understand what's ahead of us. I understand what needs to be done. Super Bowl week, though, Ben. You excited about Super Bowl week? Yeah? No? Not really?
The Steelers kind of ruined the NFL for me.
Still get football, though. One last...
I'm more excited to watch Tennessee clap John Calipari's cheeks on Saturday night. That's what I'm more excited for. I can't wait for Matt Jones to be salty on Twitter on Saturday. I can't wait for it. I'm here for it. I'm all the way here for it. That's what I'm excited about. But Super Bowl week, that's nice. Cool. Whatever. Steelers ruined the NFL for me.
So you don't want to talk about NFL at all?
Oh, I'll talk about it.
The Steelers?
I'll talk about it. But Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell is about to receive a Super Bowl ring for doing absolutely nothing.
One of the two. They did something.
Neither one of them played this past weekend.
Le'Veon played, didn't he?
Mm-mm. He had like a head injury or something.
They did something.
Le'Veon has done nothing all year. Antonio Brown has contributed to the Bucs. He looks good. They're entering the playoffs, but then like a head injury or something like that. Which, I mean, he's had a head injury for a while now.
One of the two will be a champion. Ben, it's time to let that go, man. It's time to let it go, Ben.
No.
They're
both the biggest bums on the planet.
It is time to let it go. All right, touchdown turnover, man. Josh Heupel will complete the coaching staff this week. Do you feel like Josh Heupel will complete the coaching staff this week? Touchdown or turnover?
I'll say touchdown, just because there needs to be a sense of urgency, and half the staff is already complete. The offensive staff pretty much came over with Josh Heupel from UCF. So I'll say touchdown. I have no idea who the defense coordinator is going to be, and there hasn't been much talk about who the DC could be. So that maybe gives me pause to say turnover. But That's a week from now. So surely they can have a defensive staff in place by then.
Yeah, I'm totally guessing here. I'm going to say touchdown. I'm totally guessing. But I would think you need to have want to have a staff in place, more guys that can represent Tennessee when you're out here recruiting. The 2022 class, you're already behind on those kids, and so the longer you go without a full slate of coaches to be able to represent your university, I think it hurts you. So I just totally guessing here. I think he will have the staff completed by the end of the week. Now, there was a player, a 4-star receiver that committed to Central Florida that, Heupel, when taking the Tennessee job, try to get him to come to Tennessee, which is what you're supposed to do as a new coach. Is it ideal? No, I mean, it doesn't. It kind of feels a little funky, right? Hey, you're not going to recruit current players off the Central Florida team if you are Josh Heupel. That's not right. But you can't expect Josh Heupel not to recruit players that he built a relationship with while he was at Central Florida and try to get them to come to Tennessee if he feels like they can help him. So I don't think Josh Heupel did anything wrong there. For that player to commit to Central Florida could tell you one or two things. And everyone likes to jump to conclusions when they saw Dylan Gabriel's tweet. When Dylan Gabriel said that this is the best two days of his UCF career, or paraphrasing there, but he was very happy. And folks put 2 and 2 together and made 5 and was like, oh, they happy that Heupel's gone. The players liked Heupel. They really, really liked Heupel. What's happened down there is that those players, no AD, no coach, they've become closer in the face of adversity. They don't dislike Heupel. They just came together in a big way with no head coach, no AD. And Dylan goes out and they get a 4-star wide receiver. So that's more what he was referring to. But the folks that hate this hire will try to use that as a reason why Tennessee made a bad hire. I can't find anything bad on Josh Heupel.
Not a single thing.
I can't. I've heard from a former coordinator in this conference that wants to coach with Heupel. I've heard from a sitting head coach. A sitting head coach.
At a Power 5 school.
It's not Power 5.
There was one Power 5 coach that you heard about.
One sitting head coach, not a Power 5 school, that wants to coach with Heupel. Head coach. I have heard from, CJ Leak is one of the smartest football dudes ever. You can say whatever you want to say about his coaching, his playing career at Tennessee. He is a scout right now for the Houston Texans. He's an NFL scout. CJ Leak is one of the smartest dudes I've ever been around. So he jumps on Facebook and comments because some VFLs was talking about the hire and folks talking about the hire. CJ Leaks jumps on and shuts everybody up. CJ Leak was like he was going to have his pick of the litter this year or next, meaning he was going to be the next coach like a Matt Campbell or Billy Napier that's going to get a big time job. This is from CJ Leak. He says the offenses under his direction have been problems for opponents everywhere he's been. Last time Josh was in the SEC Mizzou OC, they averaged 51 points per game in his final 6 games and led the conference at 502 yards per game and ranked 8th nationally. His Central Florida teams averaged 40 points per game and played in New Year's Six Bowl, where they lost by 8 to LSU. He's a former Heisman runner-up, whose worst starting quarterback coach, I'm certain, we would love to have. Sam Bradford, Landry Jones, Drew Lock, Mackenzie Milton, Dylan Gabriel. All these dudes better than quarterbacks that we've had at Tennessee, excluding Josh Dobbs. His teams produced the most draft picks over any 3-year period in Central Florida history. Remember, his last Mizzou squad hung 50 on us in 2017 as their offense coordinator. He's won a national championship as a player. He's competed for another on the OU staff. Has had success on the big stage. Not only can he recruit, more importantly, his teams have developed mid-levels into good players and from feeder states. Having went head-to-head his last 6 years of coaching within the division, as well as most recently 3 Power Fives and 3 Group of Fives in one of the most talent-rich states in the country. Vital connections already on staff. Potential to add guys, the quality of Randy Shannonwood, Martinez, Corey Bell, Glenn Ellerby. I think I butchered that last name. Ellerby, etc. They can recruit and coach against anybody. Glad to have Josh part of the UT fam, especially considering the times currently. Like, who gonna argue with CJ Leak? Dude's an NFL scout and always brings the facts. Always can back up his arguments. But that's CJ Leak's post on Facebook on one of the foreign players' posts. But folks will try to use anything and everything to try to tear down his hire. And I can't find anybody. I can't. And a damn sure ain't going to be listening to what a UCF fan's going to say, because they're not always right. How many times have we complained about someone and then they leave and they go on to be good, and we realize, oh, they were good. So, like, I'm not putting too much stock into the fans there. They got a taste of Scott Frost in that undefeated season, and now they expect that every single year. Let's see what they do moving forward. Now, I think the favorite down there to be the head coach, the buzz is maybe they want the
Jeff Lebby,
the OC coach who was down there before. They want to stick with offense. They lost Scott Frost. They brought in Heupel, high power offense, didn't lose a beat. Maybe they go back to Jeff Lebby and continue the same thing. So I can't find anything. And I can't find anything bad on the guy, man. No one saying anything bad on the guy.
And Chip Payne on the text box brings up a good point. Let's be honest, has a fan base or media member ever said nice things about the coach that leaves? We hardly ever hear them say positive things to a coach on the way out the door. So that's a good point. Honestly, I read that wrong the first time I read it and was bringing it up for a different reason. I originally thought Chip had said, does anybody ever say a bad thing about a coach when he accepts a new job? I misread it, so I apologize for Chip in my mind. But Chip brings up a good point about a fan base, media member, previous school. Do they ever really say anything good about the head coach taking a new position? But also on the flip side of that, which is how I initially read the message in my head, was everybody makes the comment, well, does anybody ever say anything bad about a new coach when they take over a job? They do, but it's typically behind the scenes where they say something negative or say something bad. You rarely, when a coach gets hired, hear things publicly about a head coach that is bad, but you do behind the scenes. And like Swain is saying, he's yet to hear anything bad about the guy. And that's come from coaches, scouts, players. I mean, in multiple areas, administrators at other schools. I mean, you've reached out to kind of all sorts of different people within this profession, within college football, and not a single person has said a bad thing about Josh Heupel.
I did the same thing with Pruitt, and I heard we got bad reviews.
Yes,
we got bad reviews up front, and those bad reviews is what haunted Pruitt and the reason why he was unsuccessful. Fanatic Vol must be just joining us because he mentions Gabriel's Twitter posts, and his Twitter post was about they just got a commitment, and that team has bonded. That team, losing their AD, losing their head coach, they've come together. They're super, super close. That's what Gabriel was referring to. That team really liked Heupel. They really did. They really did. So it's easy to read into that, oh, they're just happy that Heupel left. No, that team is super close. They've bonded so much with their coach leaving and the AD leaving. That's what he's referring to. And then also they got a 4-star receiver commit too. So you would understand why Gabriel Dillon, who is the quarterback, is excited about getting a 4-star wide receiver to come in. So Corey asked about the fans being happy. Yeah, I don't care about the fans being happy. I don't care about the fans being happy.
Josh Heupel's resume, and who said this earlier in the show? Don. Josh Heupel's resume points to a good hire for Tennessee, but there are some that don't want to view the Heupel hire as a good hire because his name is not Lane Kiffin, Jamie Chadwell, or Hugh Freeze. And that's just the simple fact.
Yeah. Me really buying a lot of stock into the UCF fans being happy that he's leaving would insinuate that the fans are always right. We know that that's not true. We know that. Y'all remember that time the fans were saying that Rick Barnes couldn't recruit, didn't care about recruiting? Remember that?
This was his retirement vacation.
Remember all the fans were saying that? Remember all the fans that was dogging on Josh Dobbs? Remember all that? So let's not pretend like the fans are undefeated when it comes to their critiques. They're not. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Or sometimes we are right, sometimes we are wrong. Because I'm a fan too. That's why I don't put a lot of stock into Central Florida fans. Let's see who's next coach and see how successful he's going to be. Then we'll really know about their appreciation for Josh Heupel. But I can't find anything bad about him.
And that doesn't mean that he's going to be successful. It's just on the cuff when he's hired, there has not been any negative comments involving Josh Heupel. And as you said a moment ago, that was not the case when Jeremy Pruitt was hired.
No, I didn't have any coaches reach out to me, telling me that they were interested in joining Coach Pruitt and trying to get in contact with Heupel so they can, try to get the job. So maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know, but I'm just kind of sharing with you what I've experienced over the last couple of days and what I've heard from people that I really, really trust. So let's go back to the phones and who we have.
Cam in Florida.
Cam, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Something I wanted to talk about, you keep hearing about how important his defensive coordinator hire is and that we need to have names that can recruit in the SEC. My opinion of it is we just had a staff with all these names on it. I mean, there were Derek Ansley and Jim Chaney, and we had, good recruiters and everything like that. But it didn't work out. And I'm almost ready to have just a staff that meshes well together, rather than having a bunch of all-star names on it that don't work well with each other. And I think that regardless of how well your ties are in the SEC and in the South, winning will overpower all that stuff. If you're winning games, you're going to be able to recruit good. So I just hope he gets a defensive staff that he meshes well with, that the entire staff meshes well together.
I understand what you're saying, because I remember when Butch Jones came and brought his staff from Cincinnati, and Willie Martinez was a guy that coached in the SEC. But other than that, we were looking around going, how's Tennessee going to recruit? Where's the SEC guys? You have Mike Bajakian that came in, Mark Elder that came in. The running backs coach was Robert Gillespie, who had some time there in South Carolina, but he came over from West Virginia. You had Zach Azani, that was a receivers coach, and he had some ties there from his time at Florida. And then you had Don Mahoney, offensive line. And then on the defense side of football, you had Steve Striplin. You had Willie Martinez. You had John Jancic. But Tennessee was still able to recruit fairly well. So I understand both sides of that argument. Hey, go out there and get you a seasoned SEC veteran group like a Chris Rump and, Derek Ansley, Tracy Rocker. Go get those guys. I get that too. I think we can agree nothing really matters unless the head coach sets the right temperature on the culture with the players and the coaches. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great a coach is. It doesn't matter how great a player is. If the head coach does not set the right temperature inside of that culture, that coach or that player will not reach their potential. That's one thing we have learned. We've learned that with the two previous coaches. Bob Shoop, one of the best defense coordinators in the country. He comes here, it seems like he forgot how to coordinate defense. Why? Because the temperature was all jacked up because of Butch Jones. You got an all-star staff. You got a guy, Jim Chaney, that has a track record of putting up points and developing quarterbacks, but he can't do it here. I guess he forgot how to do that. Nope. Culture was messed up. Pruitt's calling his plays at the wrong times of the game, and the players are getting the blame for it. The coordinators are getting the blame for it. But Pruitt hijacked the play sheet. That's what you can't have. So, Cam, I get it. A part of me wants to just start clean too. Part of me wants to start clean too. 865-255-03. Who's next?
I honestly can't remember because I've talked to like 3 people in the last 45 seconds.
All right, well, good morning.
Oh, it's Tramel.
Oh, it's Tramel. Man, you can't forget about
It just takes a second.
Tramel, good morning, man.
I had like 3 conversations within 30 seconds. I apologize, Tramel.
They asked me how I was doing and everything. We had a little conversation and everything.
No, Ben was on the phone for a minute. Man. I thought he was ordering something from QVC or something.
I seen him dead end delivered.
I ain't know what you was doing over there talking about or who you was talking to.
What it do, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm kind of good. I'm good. Body feeling good. Got my hip checked out. Everything good from the surgery. I'm running again.
Oh, your hip? Yeah. You had surgery hip? You had hip surgery?
Last year I had the labrum repaired last January.
And then you had another surgery recently?
No. I'm saying I had this is my yearly checkup. And
okay.
Yeah. So I can run and do everything. But yeah, that feels good.
Good.
Let's piggyback off what the last caller was just talking about is the all-star coaches and the names and all that. What's really not being talked about is continuity. That's something we ain't had in Tennessee in a long time. I'm talking about from the AD all the way down on the offensive side. Like, these dudes been breathing, clock's been synced for the past 3 years. All of these guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, the weakness is going to be the defense. Like, Tennessee ain't had this much continuity where guys have been on the same page. I don't think in fact, ever been a fan. You know what I'm saying? You got the AD, you got the head coach, and you got everybody on the offensive side, and they all been working together for 3 years. this could be a quick turnaround if these kids could buy in, the ones that we got here, and the kids that we can, maybe salvage from the portal. I mean, and that's not just our kids. I mean, the ones that's in there. I mean, other kids. I mean, there's other people in the portal. I didn't even know they got a thing you can look up and see all the kids that's in the transfer portal. That's crazy.
There's a lot of them in there, man.
It's like a little free agent thing. You just click on it, like,
it's a lot. It's a lot of people.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Now, how these kids gonna even have time to get, acclimated to school? And didn't they supposed to already sign and be in class or something? Or they gonna sit out? How does that work?
They haven't completely flipped the rule yet. So, I mean, if the rule doesn't go through, then those kids will have to sit out a year.
Wow.
They can transfer where they want to go, but you still got to sit out a year.
But like, how does that work though? Like, I mean, like, ain't classes started? I mean, I know they have.
Yeah, classes started. Most places, the last date to drop a class is already passed. So, I mean, you got to be in class. It's a new school. If you're not, then you got to pay for tuition.
Wow. Okay. I see how I go. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The continuity, man. We're gonna have some continuity, like like we haven't had in a while, man. And I think we overlooking that aspect of it, man. And apparently from the coach talking to the kids, they seem like they all into it, and that's gonna be a big factor. And I'm kind of glad the AD went and talked to the players, because this is what the players wanted, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can honestly, I can see Danny White's comments where he said he went on his coaching search, and then after talking to coaches and talking to his kids, it hit him that the guy that's the best for this job, based on what he heard from the players, is Josh Heupel. I can really see that. I can see that. Now, don't get me wrong. We know ADs and coaches play that PR game when they're like, hey, I hired my number one choice. I don't believe he hired his number one choice, but I do think he really truly feels like he hired the best guy for what these kids want and need. I do believe that.
Yeah, he's sly. I like our AD, man, and his choice words, the way he used it. And when he said that, I knew people was gonna freak out. But I got it immediately. I was like, okay, that's bull.
Because
I know
you're
they ain't
smart.
your number one. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know that wasn't your number one hire.
No.
Then he went on to say right after that, I didn't want to hire Josh Heupel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see how people read into some things. I just thought it was cool, and I thought it was real fun. I was like, dude, no, it wasn't. And I kind of chuckled when he said it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It was pretty good. I like our AD, man. I like him. I don't like him going at the fans. He got to chill with that. Cause that ain't gonna work out well for him.
No, he needs to chill.
Job, let it ride. Everything will be all right. We're going at the fans because we kind of crazy.
Yeah, just put that energy into fixing football and make raising money, but talking about the fans' negativity more than once is too much. So I'm with you, man. I like Danny White so far.
Yeah, I do. I like him.
Yeah,
I like him, man. I like him. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Doing what he's supposed to do, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, the continuity, man. I think that's gonna be a big factor for us. I hope I'm right. I hope the kids buy in, because the coaches are already on the same page, right? Coaches, AD, they all on the same page. The defense, we got to get right, and if the kids buy in, man, we might have a little something, man. I don't know if we're gonna win no chip or nothing, but
they'll chase him. That's for sure. That's what we want, right?
Right.
So
I'm gonna get out of here.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the phone call. Let's take a break. The one thing is, like, you want a staff that speaks the same language, that rides together, that are super tight, that have that continuity, that have that chemistry. But at the same time, you want to have one of your own on the staff too. But is one of your own the best move for Tennessee to be successful on the football field? Because you got to have staff continuity, you got to have staff chemistry too. Look what we just went through. So Woo! Very, very tough decisions have to be made by Coach Heupel and Danny White. 865-255-03. Be right back.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Hi there, Swain Event family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. And I thought you'd enjoy hearing from one of the listeners about our recent opportunity to work together. Take it away, Josh.
My mother-in-law was a struggling widow trying to sell her property for 10 years. After going through multiple realtors with no end in sight, I finally met Jennifer Morris. I was instantly impressed with her candor and personable nature. She was able to get the property sold within 6 months. She even drove an hour and a half one way on multiple occasions to meet us. I was completely blown away by the experience. If you want to get your property sold as soon as possible, give her a call at 865-257-7897 or email her at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Let's go back to the Iris Networks hotline, 865-255-03. Iris Networks. High quality fiber internet and voice. 90 days, no payment for business internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com. Joining us is Jay. Jay, good morning.
Swain, good morning.
What's
man.
up, Jay, man? How was your weekend?
I heard it's snowing up your way, man.
Is it? I don't know. The windows are not open.
There were flakes falling on my commute this morning, but too hot to stick.
Where are you, Jay?
I'm down in Georgia.
Okay. Okay. I can see my cameras. Yeah, there's some snow outside on the car a little bit. I see some little snow on Ben's car right there. Some snow right there on the roof. Yeah, there's a little snow. Trash can, right? Okay, it's a little snow. But it's not sticking anything.
Well, when it snows about 1 millimeter in the south, we all go get them milk and bread because that's just what's going to save us for some reason is milk and bread.
Oh, I can't wait to go get some milk and bread today after the show.
Hey, Swain, you may have touched on it, man, but the optics of it, I mean, what's going on? Are we about to lose Ty Simpson?
You know the answer to that, Jay.
I mean, I've never hated a program so much as I hate Clemson, and we don't even play him. I guarantee you that's where that kid's about to go.
Are you sure?
You might want to watch.
You think it'll be Alabama?
Watch for Alabama, man.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The thing about this one is that T. Higgins and Amari and Trevor, we didn't have to play them. But
right.
If Ty Simpson goes to Alabama, we'll have to play him for the next 3 or 4 years, which will make it really tough. So.
And that's all Gary Danielson and Brad Nessler are going to talk about for 4 hours on the CBS broadcast.
Oh, my God. They're going to show pictures of that kid growing up a Tennessee fan and have all his Tennessee gear on and just playing for Bama. And y'all know what, man? These last 15 years or so, we talk a lot about what has ailed this program. But Josh Heupel said something that is true in his press conference. If you want to have a championship program, you got to have championship quarterbacks, right? I think that's obvious.
Yeah.
We've told Taj Boyd and Bryce Petty to take a hike.
Yes.
Bryce Petty basically kick-started Art Briles' domination at Baylor. Taj Boyd did the same, started the Clemson empire that's currently going.
Mm-hmm.
We told Michael Penix to take a hike. He threw for a bazillion yards up there at Indiana. You had a once-in-a-generational talent in Trevor Lawrence who should have been a layup, and you couldn't get him. That kid should have been a layup. He was played in Georgia, but he was born and raised in East Tennessee for half of his life. And then now you got this kid. Swain, we've never had a kid from the state of Tennessee in my lifetime that's this highly ranked at quarterback, and now we're about to lose him? I mean, it's just we can't – when quarterbacks should be a layup for us, we find a way to screw it up.
Should be a layup, man. How do you have Peyton Manning as one of your alums, and you can't swing and hit on more quarterbacks? It's crazy. I told you what I would do.
What would you do?
I'm hiring Jason Simpson. That's what I would do.
I tell you what would you hire him for?
Whatever he wants. What are you talking about, man? What you want to coach? You a head coach, so I know you know how to coach all the positions. What you want to coach? If you want to be off the field coach, we'll make you that. I can't make him a quarterback's coach though, so I wouldn't do that. But I would try to get him on staff if I was calling the shots. This is just me. If I am Josh Heupel, I'm finding a way to put Jason Simpson on the staff. It's what I would do.
Man, I would too.
You can't afford to lose Ty Simpson to Alabama. That's what I would do.
He must be going to Alabama because, I mean, heck, he can't know Bill O'Brien that well. He must be going just because it's Alabama. You know you're going to win. It's just
the fact that
safe route.
The fact that he announces he is announcing his commitment date while Tennessee is still getting used to a new head coach lets me know that Clemson, Alabama told him he needed to hurry up.
Oh yeah, for
or
sure.
they're gonna move on.
Oh, for sure.
That's what that tells me.
And he had strong intrigue in Alabama before Jeremy Pruitt was fired. Jay, he was just trying to find any reason possible to come to Tennessee, but you can understand with the dysfunction and then Pruitt being fired, which may be the best thing for Tennessee football long term, wasn't the best thing in their pursuit of Ty Simpson because Ty Simpson had a terrific relationship with Jeremy Pruitt and Chris Winkie, so not a great combination.
Well, I tell you what, I'm with Swain. Let's offer Daddy Simpson a job and see what happens. But hey, with this defensive coordinator hire, do y'all think he's going to be able to hire a good DC considering his offense is notorious for putting the defense in terrible positions with that tempo that he runs? I mean, do you think a good DC is going to want to come and be a part of that, knowing that his defense, at least historically with Josh Heupel, they're kind of behind the 8 ball?
If you can put up those points on offense, a defensive coordinator, if he and I don't know what a defense coordinator that is in that type of system where the offense is putting up a lot of points, and because most defense coordinators, they're like, hey man, we want to stop them from scoring points at all. We don't want to give up any yards, but at the same time, the whole objective is to win the football game. So I don't know what the defensive coordinator is really thinking that plays in that type of system. It would be great to hear from one of Heupel's defensive coordinators, or Randy Shannon, or a coordinator that coordinates with that type of offense to kind of see, like, okay, what are you thinking? Okay, you're going to give up yards. Your defense is not going to rest a lot. Obviously, there's a give or take. What are those? What are those things that that is a little bit different, man, from most traditional defense coordinators? Defense coordinators are mad when they give up a yard. I mean, they throwing their hats, having a fit when they give up a first down or give up points. So I get what you're saying. I mean, you would think that a defense coordinator would not like to be in this type of offense, but I'm telling you, man, there are defense coordinators that want this gig, that have reached out to. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
That's interesting.
You know
what's interesting, Swain, is Butch was a tempo guy, and when he got in this league, it seemed like he toned that down.
It seemed like it at times, yeah.
It seemed like he kind of started – I mean, he was all tempo, and he really slowed that down. I don't think Heupel will, though. I think Heupel's married to that tempo. I think that's really, truly a part of what he does.
I think so, too. So I would want to know why a defense coordinator would find this gig attractive, or any gig with a high tempo, up-tempo offense. Because you would think that, why would any defense coordinator want to sign up for that? Well, there's some who do want to sign up for it, and I want to know why they do.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because coaches and assistant coaches and coordinators are thinking about the next move in their coaching career. And their defensive numbers aren't going to look impressive probably with this kind of offense. And that's why I was thinking they're going to think, man, we may win, but my defensive numbers aren't going to look good. This thing will help me trying to get to the next place I want to be, maybe as a head coach.
Yeah.
You never know. So
yeah.
Y'all hang in there, guys. Enjoy the snow, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. We're going to make some snowmen today after the show.
You know what you and Jay are forgetting, don't you?
What?
That Caden Salter's going to be better than Ty Simpson anyways. We got Brian Maurer. We got Caden Salter, Harrison Bailey, and Hendon the Hooker. We are good to go, Swaino.
It's too soon, man.
Ty Simpson is overrated.
Stop.
Character is questionable.
Man.
He outplayed nobody
Stop.
in his level of Tennessee high school football.
It's way too soon for that.
He's been hand gifted everything from his daddy, with his daddy being the head coach at Tennessee Martin.
Stop.
Caden Salter has had to earn everything. Caden Salter is a blue collar kid who is going to earn everything and take Tennessee to the next level. He ain't never had anything given to him. He's had to work for everything.
You gotta wait.
Caden Salter is going to lead Tennessee to the promised land. Ty Simpson is overrated.
You gotta wait till Ty Simpson commits to Clemson, Alabama, before you go there. It's too soon, Ben. We're still in it, kind of. We're still in it, Ben. It's too soon for that. All right, let's go back to the phones.
And now I would like to introduce the ringleader of the Negavols, D'Arval.
D'Arval, good morning.
Hey, Swain, you may want to lift the window. The Ben's wool is going to make him overheat.
Yeah, he gonna need some aspirin puffs here soon.
It's all right, D'Arval. You're going to end up like the Vol fans who can't put the toothpaste back in the tube that said Barnes just came here for his retirement vacation.
Uh-oh.
I never said that about Barnes.
I didn't say you were. I said you're going to end up like those people who said that about Barnes.
I hope I do. I really
I hope you do too. Trust me.
But I'm also, if it goes the way I think, then I'm not going to be let down, I guess you could say. I'm pulling for this guy. He's way more likable than that idiot we had beforehand, though.
D'Arval, his credentials are better than really any head coach we've hired since Johnny Majors, though.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling for
I mean,
him.
that's something you really can't deny, and that doesn't mean he's going to be successful here or not. I mean, that he's going to be successful here. He can still fail, but he's earned the job. I mean, he's earned the job. He's earned the opportunity for sure.
A Tennessee fan pulling for the new head football coach to be successful. Wow, how courageous of you, D.R. Vol.
I know. I'm going out on a limb there, Ben. You know, I'm not going to get mad at him. Now, they should have given Jamie Chadwell a better look than me. But I'm not even mad at Danny White. Everybody's forgetting who put us in this mess. And part of it is the guy that used to coach you, Swain.
Sip on that coffee, Swain.
Hey, man, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm driving by a state trooper. I had to keep it cool for a minute.
Oh, man, you such a fugitive. You such a rebel.
I know.
Lawbreaker.
Got my seatbelt on, but no, Fulmer is where my anger goes to. Like, I don't even get mad at Danny White anymore for calling out nega balls. I mean, that's a war he's never going to win. It's like the war on drugs. I mean, you can try it, I guess, but you ain't going to win. If anything, you're just going to stir up a hornet's nest worse, because I got some great memes from it, and it's just going to be worse. But Fulmer, he's supposed to be one of us, and basically proves to me he didn't handle his 401k throughout his working career, and he just came here for his retirement check. I'm telling you, I'm very angry. I am very angry at Fulmer.
Optics are not great.
What's that?
I said the optics are not great.
No, they're not. And he just screwed us on the way out. But I hope this guy works, and it's definitely going to be more fun than watching that 3 yards in a cloud or 3 runs in a cloud of dust crap.
A supposed 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, that's true. That's when we got lucky anyway. And you got to look at who we lost. We lost Pruitt, we lost Winky, we lost Friend, and we lost JG. So we got to be better next year.
And Fulmer.
I'm very happy we lost Fulmer.
Fulmer ain't calling on plays. He didn't hike the football.
No, but he contributed to where Tennessee is at currently.
That's right. And he did have that whistle out there coaching. He did have that whistle out there coaching last year.
He did contribute to a practice here or there. Remember, he did get in trouble at one point.
Oh, boy.
Guys, I know you are burnt out on this, man. I just had to take a break last week. Oh, my gosh. I cannot believe we just keep we're trying to get out of the hole, man, but we just keep trying to get that hole a little bit deeper before we start getting out of it, it seems.
Yeah, which is why I feel bad for Heupel in some ways, man. He got some work cut out for him, and from the staff construction down to the in-state recruiting, a lot of 22 kids that he's behind the 8 ball on, and you got your all-world quarterback that announced that he's going to make an announcement here in 18 days, and that doesn't give you much time to build a relationship with him. So, perfect time to build a relationship with his father when he's on staff. That's what you got to do. That's what I would do.
I agree, because if you're trying to give this guy a chance, I'm waiting to see. I'm not going to sheep it up. I'm not seeing anybody here. So I'm not going to sheep it up, because a lot of things I've heard, like people getting excited about, I could have said about Butch, Dooley, or Pruitt. But he's going to be behind the 8 ball, because as soon as Simpson announced he's going to Clemson, it's going to be, look at Heupel, when it's not reality.
It's already started. Those comments already exist in my Twitter mentions that I knew this guy was a bad recruiter.
Yeah. Don't worry. I got some bookmarked just in case, Ben. My question for today is, what about his strength coach? Because I know back when we got Moron before Heupel that everybody said the most important hire was a strength coach. Is Artis Hicks going to stay, or is he actively looking for a new strength coach?
What you call him?
Artis Hicks. Or whatever. What's his name?
AJ Artis.
AJ Artis. Who is Artis Hicks?
I don't know. I was asking you. Artis Hicks.
I thought that was a new strength coach, I guess.
So we've heard that AJ Artis is versatile. So, he can adapt his strength and conditioning plan to what the coaches want and the type of player that the coaches want. So I was under the assumption that the offensive lineman had to be, itty bitty O-line committee. But you go and look at Central Florida's offensive line this past year. They had a couple dudes over 300. You just better be in shape. So my questions were kind of the same as you initially. AJ Artis is used to, building bigger guys for the offensive line. Is he going to be able to deliver on what Heupel wants as far as the conditioning and the strength levels of his football team? So I know people over at Duke, Coach Cutcliffe, high praise for AJ Artis. I hope he stays, honestly. I really do, man. That's the area where we need that stability. We don't need to be switching and changing strength coaches.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, before I go, is there any way possible you think you can put Fulmer on the staff so we can fire him a third time? Y'all have a good day.
I thought we were giving that treatment to Chris Winkie. Did you pour one out for Big Jim this weekend?
Mm-mm.
Mr. Cheney has moved on.
Ain't pouring out for anybody. I'm not going to lie for Coach Fulmer, but I ain't going to kick Coach Fulmer while he's down either. I ain't telling you what to say, what not to say, DRV. I'm just telling you where I am. I'm sure Coach is hurting right now. I'm sure he's embarrassed. So I ain't going to kick him while he's down. Daniel, no update on T. Martin. No update on T. Martin. JJ Vols, Ben was being sarcastic about Ty Simpson. Donnie's Vols said, boy, you got that Skip Bayless in you, Ben. Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Skip would have been serious. Skip has no sarcasm in his repertoire.
Oh, man. Is Tennessee a basketball school?
No.
Mm-mm.
We like to joke, but no.
Mm-mm.
Because Tennessee dominated a blue blood in every way possible on Saturday night. Beat Kansas by 19 points. And as we talked about before the game, Kansas does not have Kansas-esque talent. But still, Tennessee beat Kansas in basketball for the second time ever by 19 points. And what have we spent the majority of the show talking about?
Tennessee football.
And there really wasn't any grave Tennessee news over the weekend.
Ty Simpson.
Yes.
Ty Simpson deciding to commit on the 19th is more important for most Tennessee fans than Tennessee basketball beating Kansas.
Yes, so.
It's a football school.
Yep.
It's a football school. There's no reason to try to deny that.
It be what it be. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
It is a football school. Corey counts the Jameer Johnson officially transfer. Seems like he would benefit in this Heupel offense. He's one of the Pruitt guys. Honestly, I do not know right now. He's a Pruitt guy.
He has not tweeted anything that would. He's not tweeted out his final destination.
But he is in a portal.
Yes. Which right now is a weird time to be in the portal, because are you just going to not attend school the spring semester?
I hope these dudes got some.
Well, I guess technically you can be in the portal and still attend class at Tennessee.
Yeah, but can you be accepted to the new school at this time too? So I just hope they got some counsel, man. So people are advising them on doing the right thing, because there's a lot of people in the portal, and some of those dudes will be returning because maybe they realize the grass is not green on the other side. CMB TNG says, can't have it both ways. You can't want the coach Ty Simpson loves fired and then expect him to still sign with Tennessee. Again, if you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. That's true. That's true. You understand it. You understand it. C.J. Smith, I get the talk about Simpson, but do you really blame the kid? No, don't blame him. He wants the best chance to win, and that's not UT right now. I don't blame the kid one bit. Vaughn Birmingham says, I was okay with him going to Clemson, but now I'm redneck mad over him going to Alabama. There's a chance he's going to Alabama.
That one will definitely hurt.
It will sting.
I hate nothing more on this planet than the Alabama Crimson Tide, and to watch a guy who is Tennessee through and through, Ty Simpson, play for them and be that next quarterback for them. Oh, that's painful right there.
IC Tennessee says they should limit internet access around campus year-round so the football team can't hear the noise. What they need to do is spend energy on building culture the right way, loving on each other, become tighter, just like Central Florida. You know, those players got closer when the AD and head coach leaves. So now it doesn't really matter. That team is so close, the coach doesn't matter. That's what Tennessee needs to do. Because once that happens, they'll trust each other, they'll love each other, and it's not going to matter with what Ben McKee 14 or at Swain Event or Volstorm 00 or DR Vol Twitter. It's not going to matter what any one of us say because they're so tight. They love each other. Nothing can pull them apart. That's what they need to focus on, and that's what they need to build. Because there's noise with every football program. They couldn't last 5 minutes doing what you do without tapping out, but they're going to tell you that you stink. You can't listen to that. You can't listen to it. Corey Counts, here's a question to ponder. If Coach Heupel fails, it will be because of X, and if Coach Heupel succeeds, it will be because of X. That's a good question. That might be a question I need to take into the break, really think about. So I can give you a really, 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 really good answer. I want to give you a good answer. DJ Vol says, new co-host Swain, Ben Bayless. CJ and Bell Buckle says, former ain't embarrassed enough to take the money. Well, of course not. Who would be embarrassed to take the money from Tennessee? Everybody does that. Everybody does that. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I don't agree with it at all. But I know Coach Fulmer is embarrassed and failing at a job. Any competitor will be embarrassed, be bothered by that. I think Coach Fulmer is very embarrassed and bothered by that. I don't know if he's going to say no to the money. 865-255-03, hour 3 coming up.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While 2020 has been the year of weird, I believe we can all look back and think of at least one thing we're thankful for. And I want to thank the Swain Event family for your support and interaction. I've enjoyed getting to know the listeners and hope to continue those relationships for a long time. As always, when you need assistance in buying, selling, or investing in real estate, just give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Guys, prioritizing your health now is more important than ever, not only to build your immune system, but to address any chronic health issues you may have. I recommend Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness and follow strict medical guidelines for your health and safety. They are one of the leading men's medical providers in the country. Low T Center has reinvented the doctor's visit, making it quick and easy to get all of your levels checked, not just your testosterone. It starts with an annual wellness exam, where they do a comprehensive health assessment so you know all the numbers to your health. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed a weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, these can all be signs of low testosterone level, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. Low T Center can determine the cause and help. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment, including a take-home blood pressure monitoring cuff. At Low T Center, most insurance is accepted. Book your annual wellness exam or annual physical today. Go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Eight 255-03. Irish Networks hotline. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Let me go back to the text box this morning. Justin says, so I hear they are not focusing on staff hires right now because they are focusing on players in the portal. Would it not help more with those players in the portal and recruits if they had a full staff? Also, do you think they would have to settle on some staff hires because of timing and lack of knowledge on what the sanctions will be? I think for assistant coach, it's kind of hard to find work. And Tennessee pays well. I don't think Tennessee's going to have a problem filling a staff. They may not get the defense coordinator they want or the coach they may want. They've targeted one person, but it's not going to be hard to go find people to coach on the staff. It was hard to go find head coaches. I don't think it's going to be hard to find coaches. I've talked to at least 5 assistant coaches across the country that want to be here and would walk here in a second. So, the focus should be on the players, though. If you had to pick, okay, what's more important, filling out a staff or putting your focus on the players in the portal? It's 1,000% in the portal. If you're Heupel, you the head coach, there's nothing stronger than having a head coach hit you up and go, hey, man, I want you. I want you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 3 people working is a lot better than one. You can be more efficient than one. So if you had 3 assistant coaches getting in the portal rather than just one, but having the head coach contact you directly and say, hey, we want you. That's pretty significant. So if I had to pick between staff, players, what should be the focus, it's 1,000% players. You got to have players to win.
Earlier, Knoxville Mike called in a second time and asked me to ask you this same topic.
No, so Mike, I'm not going to Clemson game with you, man.
You gonna make him mad.
I'm messing.
Do you think Heupel is struggling to hire coaches, or he's taking his time to make sure that he finds the right coaches? Kind of ties into the question that you just discussed on the text box.
Pressure to find coaches or the right coaches?
Do you think he's struggling to find
No.
somebody to sign up for the job like a defense coordinator, or do you think he's just taking his time to make sure he finds the right guy?
I think he's taking his time. Because when Tennessee was looking for a head coach, I didn't have any head coach like reach out and go, "Oh, yeah, I want the job." Maybe. Well, never mind. I take that back. There were coaches that wanted the job, but Tennessee got a lot of no's, and it was harder to kind of get who you wanted as a head coach. I think coordinator would be a lot easier for Heupel. I think so. Be a lot easier. Getting the players is the most important thing. That's the hardest thing. There's a ton of good defensive coaches out here, a ton of good defense coordinators, but players is the most important thing. You can't win without good players. You can have this great offense, that's cool, but you better have someone that can throw, run, jump, block, tackle. And there's a group of guys that left this school that you need to replace. Coordinator can't do that. Transfer portal can. Vol found in the text box. Well, I hope the best for T. I kind of hope he moves on. The drama last week will cause too much trouble for Heupel. People will wonder if he kept T just because of the pressure. Heupel will also probably have questions about whether or not he can trust T. Will he be worried that anything he says to T or anything that goes on in the program will be leaked to friends and media and be aired publicly, like the things that were leaked last week? It isn't healthy for the program for a new coach to worry about those things. Those are good points. Those are valid concerns. Whenever you have a new coach and he is inheriting someone from the old staff, you understand how Danny White rolls. He doesn't like leaks. He's bringing his guy. I'm pretty sure Heupel's not a big fan of that either. And he's inheriting a little bit of an issue because, T. Martin was promised, according to Jimmy Himes, putting this out on Twitter, that he's promised a fresh 2-year deal. And then Fulmer was let go, and Prue was let go, and you got Hainsworth and Peeler's being public with their comments, and other players from that era being public with their comments. And I'm pretty sure they didn't just wake up one day and decide to say those things without talking and getting the blessings from T. So it is a topic that's very uncomfortable to discuss. It is a situation that could be really bad, or it could settle down and work out, and both sides can go their separate ways, Tennessee, T. Martin, or it could be really bad. It's really touch and go. It's 50-50. So I hope for the best, and I would encourage folks not to jump to conclusions or try to pick sides right now, because both sides could be better. I think that might be the best way to say it without saying too much. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the best just to sit back, don't have to pick sides, because you don't know all the facts, don't know both sides of it. Just sit back and let it play out. And I would encourage folks, don't try to take sides right now. GBO says, have you heard this? Jimmy Himes said in Sports Source, Kevin Steele, DC, and Chavis, linebackers coach. Nope, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. I think John Chavis has seen what Coach Fulmer's been through, what other guys have been through coming back here, and affecting their legacy. I don't think Coach Chavis wants any part of that, but who knows? Who knows? Caleb says Darren Middleton tweeted a few times to hire Inky for DBs. Thoughts on that? No. No. That don't make any sense. Caleb, no. I'm not trying to be mean. But no, why would Inky Johnson want to be a... Guys, stop trying to volunteer Inky to sign up for a job that's paying him less than what he's making right now. No.
Daryl Middleton is to blame for this one.
Tennessee has had their opportunities with Inky Johnson. Before Inky Johnson blew up to be who he is right now, they had their opportunities. They failed. You can blame Derek Dooley for that, okay? Inky will be doing the world a disservice if he was hired at Tennessee, to be honest. Because there's so many people that are positively affected by Inky Johnson that the world needs Inky more than Tennessee needs Inky. Inky already went down that road. He was a GA for Lane Kiffin in 2009. That's not Inky's purpose. His purpose is bigger than being a coach. So, players, y'all get up off Twitter. Go get to work, y'all. Get off Twitter. Y'all got these fans talking crazy, thinking crazy. Go, players, put your phone down and get to work. Inky for DBs, coach. What? All right, let's go back to the phone.
Turkey Man,
good morning.
You got my back. I got your back.
I got your back, man.
I got your back. I'm hearing a lot of that today in life, in the weekend. Hype train. Hey, question. Couple questions. On the former, I really, want him to remember what all he's done for us and done for the university. But could you maybe look and see how he worked like heck in the time frame he was in there? That would help that scenario. Other thing I was going to ask on, I wanted to. I ain't seen nowhere where they've said for sure that a player is going to get one-time transfer. I heard that they was talking about it.
It's not been passed yet.
No.
Not yet.
And you look how hard we had of getting Gabe Mays cleared and all these others cleared from the NCAA. I mean, they have fought just like they hadn't planned on doing it, especially with inside the SEC. They have fought hard to keep that from happening. And also, if they do transfer and they keep dragging their feet, they're going to be out of here. And we've got this situation over our head. How many years do you think it's going to be before we see daylight on this thing? But Auburn, I was watching the basketball game, and they talked about Auburn a little bit. That reminded me that, how long they've been in limbo with the basketball program. NCAA, making decisions on when we coming out of this smoke deal that we're dealing with. And I've got a problem with our management. They didn't have to give away the farm to show cause, apparently, with Pruitt and company. Anyhow, guys, I got your
he'd
back.
still be your head football coach if they didn't.
Did what, brother?
He'd still be your head football coach if Tennessee did not.
Well, with 50 there, it looks to me like he could have done it with maybe, they had a cause 2 or 3. I mean, I'm just saying that it looked like there was a lot of information went out there that we didn't have to tell all about. That's just from my standpoint. I don't know everything, okay?
Appreciate it, Turkey Man.
All right, guys, get out of here.
If you are a university and you know about the things that's going on and you don't do anything, then you're going to get hit harder. And that's what Tennessee's afraid of. And You had people from the inside that were whistleblowers. You've had people from the outside for months and months now, which is why you heard Stoops up there in Kentucky seem so happy that Tennessee and Coach Pruitt got hammered, because there's a lot of schools that were losing recruiting battles to Tennessee, and they knew what was going on. So you've had whistleblowers from the outside for months, and then you had some on the inside, and so Tennessee, unlike Auburn and unlike Kansas, they're trying to fight it. No, we didn't do that. Tennessee's not trying to fight it. It's just best to admit it, tackle it head on. There's so many slip ups. There's so many, messy situations where Tennessee can't cover every single, hole in the pipe. There's leaks everywhere. And so when you try to cover up all these holes and leaks, another one pops open. It's just best to say, man, forget it, man. We'll just repair the whole pipe. That's where Tennessee is right now. And that's the difference between Tennessee and Auburn basketball and Auburn basketball, and Kansas basketball, and even LSU basketball is, man, Tennessee caught dead to left on multiple cases.
Are they preparing or repairing one pipe, or are they repairing the entire pipe system in the entire building?
Man, the whole building. Got rid of the AD and the head coach. So we replacing it all, man. Hour 3 continues after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While 2020 has been the year of weird, I believe we can all look back and think of at least one thing we're thankful for. And I want to thank the Swain Event family for your support and interaction. I've enjoyed getting to know the listeners and hope to continue those relationships for a long time. As always, when you need assistance in buying, selling, or investing in real estate, just give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Guys, prioritizing your health now is more important than ever, not only to build your immune system, but to address any chronic health issues you may have. I recommend Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness and follow strict medical guidelines for your health and safety. They are one of the leading men's medical providers in the country. Low T Center has reinvented the doctor's visit, making it quick and easy to get all of your levels checked, not just your testosterone. It starts with an annual wellness exam, where they do a comprehensive health assessment so you know all the numbers to your health. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed a weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, these can all be signs of low testosterone level, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. Low T Center can determine the cause and help. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment, including a take-home blood pressure monitoring cuff. At Low T Center, most insurance is accepted. Book your annual wellness exam or annual physical today. Go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Gene on the Irish Networks hotline this morning. Gene, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm watching some great basketball.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of that over the weekend, man.
Yeah.
If you just watch Tennessee and didn't watch anything else, you watch great basketball.
That was fun.
That was fun. Let's do it again tomorrow.
You know, they didn't get a single second chance point in the entire game.
Beautiful. I love it so much.
That's amazing. Not on turnover, not off a rebound, not a single second chance point the whole game. What you were saying about the Android app, after you guys did the last upgrade on the app, if you had Android, it times out after 3 minutes, and you do have to uninstall it and reinstall it to fix it.
So how many times have you experienced this?
It did it to me for about a month. And I finally just said, "I'll screw this." And so I was listening to it online, and I uninstalled. When I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, it worked just fine. But it was 3 minutes every time. I mean, you could time it.
So now it's okay, or are you saying it's still an issue?
If you uninstall the app and reinstall the new one, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Because it's an updated app.
Right.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So that's good then.
One thing I'll say in Dick Vitale's defense, I know he's 81, and he is getting harder and harder to listen to, but man, he is not backing down on the Will Wade stuff. He even alluded to it during our game.
No, he's not. LSU fans, they've been giving him the business too on that.
Oh, they hate him.
Oh yeah.
He got on ESPN Baton Rouge radio. I used to live down there, and I got friends down there still. He got on their radio and said, "You people are in denial." He said, I don't wish Will Wade any ill, but when this finally comes through, y'all are going to be hit with the huge sanctions. But he mentioned in the game how it's a travesty it was taking so long for any of these things to be investigated and punished.
Yep. No, and he's right.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my only point. I'm having fun. Basketball is my favorite sport. I played at a junior college back when I was younger, and so it's always been my favorite. And I'm having a ball watching it.
I love it too, man. I love it too. I watched a little bit of Ohio State, Michigan State over the weekend. Josh Langford's from Huntsville, Alabama, so it was good to see him embrace the ball head, unlike Ben, and he's healthy now. They lost the game, but man, it was good to see him play.
Yep.
But yeah, I love basketball.
You guys have a great week, and next time you're going to be at Dead End, let me know. I'll treat you to lunch.
Sounds good, Gene. Ordering everything when you paying.
I'll take care of the water.
That's right. I'll buy the hummus.
All right, Chris Lowe.
How about the hummus, man? The hummus is not much. 865-255-03. Jared in Texas. Swain, how you going to come out here and talk about coaches reaching out to you and not drop names? Show them receipts, Swain. We need names. No, you don't. You don't need names.
Swain drops names. No coach will ever tell him anything again.
Yeah. You don't need to know all that.
Anonymous quotes, sources. It is bittersweet. We would love to know the name of people,
Why?
obviously.
In this case, why?
Why wouldn't you? What if it's Bill Belichick you're referring to? That'd be pretty cool to know that Bill Belichick thinks that of Josh Heupel.
And then Bill Belichick says, "Nah, I think I'll stay." And then I got you all hot and bothered for no reason. So it's just best not to know things.
Mainly because Swain would never be told anything ever again. That's why names are not associated.
Yes.
Because these coaches don't want their opinion out publicly, one way or the other.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you have a coach that is a coach at another school and it's public that he is trying to get another job, that's going to hurt him with his current school. That's like if you were working your job and everyone knew that you were looking for another job, your bosses at your current job may look at you a different type of way. So, no, just know what I'm saying is true. That's all that matters. That's the most important thing here. DR Vol. Jeff Fisher reach out to you, Swain? Nah, man. He's trying to get the Montana State job now, right? Is that
really?
Montana
State.
Some job up there.
He's desperate, isn't he?
Man, he wants to coach.
Montana State.
Yeah, Montana State. He is a finalist. According to Larry Brown Sports, Yahoo says that he may be a coaching candidate. Tennessean says that he's interested in the Montana State head coaching position. So, listen, man, Jeff Fisher trying to get a date. He don't care. He gonna ask everybody in the class. He's trying to go to prom. If you say no, he's gonna ask the next girl. If she says no, he asks the next girl. Somebody going to the prom with him. He wants to coach, by God. He don't put his name with any job that's open. He wants to coach. Let Jeff Fisher coach.
I hear the Baltimore Ravens have a opening on their staff.
Not a head coach.
I believe a DC, right? Isn't that the guy that took the Texans job? I don't know.
Don't we trying to put Jeff Fisher on the Ravens?
I think Jeff Fisher would be a great fit with the Ravens.
Let's go
or Urban Meyer. He needs to fill out a staff.
Let's
Speaking of that, you see Tosh Lapoise, defensive line coach for Old Urban.
Mm-hmm.
We got Volstorm.
Maybe Tosh is not ready to come back in the SEC yet.
I
His
wonder
show
why.
calls are still active.
Along with Pruitt.
Pruitt's going to have one, too. All right, Volstorm, good morning.
Accept my truth and nobody else's.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. Hey, when are you having the new coach on?
So the way this stuff works is, man, it doesn't matter if I'm a VFL or not. There's contractual agreements. There's partners where the bigger stations, they get first dibs. And
Like your station in Nashville?
yeah, well, so that's Cumulus. They have a partnership with Tennessee, so it don't matter that I'm a VFL. It don't matter. So I've been through this a time or two with the new basketball coach, new football coach. I'm a little bit lower on the totem pole. Now I do appreciate, the media relations department. I try to help as much as they can, but I mean, it is what it is. So I just make sure that when I get opportunity, that I'm ready for the opportunity. But it's part of the downside of doing things independently, man. You don't get first dibs or top of the list like the corporations, man.
What will happen is he will go on a a media tour after spring practice. Josh Heupel will, and we will be in the rotation at some point.
Well, evidently he's already on a media tour.
He needs to be on one.
I've only seen him one place, and that was the big station in town.
Yeah, he's on Nation last night.
Oh, he was?
Well, he's
that's
on,
on the big station in town too.
Yeah.
He's on Ramon Foster's show this morning.
Yeah, he needs to be doing that. He needs to be. I don't care how much he feels about the media, but the media is how you talk to the fans. The media is how you talk to the fans and communicate to the fans. If there's no media, how do you communicate with the fans? So if I'm Heupel and you're trying to bring folks together and you're trying to create buzz, and you better be talking to the media. You better be.
Absolutely, because I mean that's the way you're going to control the narrative. Is you've got to be the one to get up there and speak, not let other people wonder.
Yeah. So, Butch Jones did a good job of that at the beginning. You give him credit for that. But if I'm Josh Heupel, you better be talking to the media as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Especially right now.
Lower on the totem pole, ain't they seen your movies?
No, man. I guess not. I guess not. But hey, I know my place. I know my place, and yeah, I ain't always happy about it. Trust me, and that's why I have a love-hate relationship with the whole word family, because it's family until it's business, and then it's business that ain't about family anymore. So it is what it is, man.
Absolutely. Have we heard anything about who he might be targeting as the DC?
No, I haven't.
Any ideas? Any clues?
I would love for him to take a swing at Barry Odom. I don't think that would happen at all.
That's not going to happen. I've heard about their history.
Oh, well, I have not heard about their history.
Let's just say they're not on the best of terms.
I've heard that about the UCF interim coach, Randy Shannon. I've heard that deal with him. Randy Shannon was his defensive coordinator at UCF, and they did not get along. And Randy Shannon will not be following Josh Heupel to Tennessee. I can promise you that. I heard that about Randy Shannon. I did not hear that about Barry Odom.
Yeah, I've heard some things from I think it was one of the beat writers over there about the relationship between Heupel and Odom. Odom wasn't exactly happy, having his defense on the field most of the time.
Which
Lord.
is funny considering
that's why you don't have a job.
That and who did he hire after Josh Heupel?
Dooley.
Derek Dooley. And what did Derek Dooley's Missouri offense do after Josh Heupel left?
Fail.
Exactly.
Diddly.
So
Dooley's offense did diddly.
I kind of look at Barry Odom sideways in that instance.
But that goes to my point, though. Some defense coordinators they don't like that offense, man.
And I understand why.
They don't. It makes them look bad. But some defense coordinators are more concerned about winning. And they're like, hey, man, as long as we can just hold the dam, we'll give up some yards. Our defense may be put in some bad situations, but, man, the offense is going to be good. Like, all right, I don't see the Kansas City Chiefs defense coordinator complaining too much.
Nah, sometimes the best defense is a killer offense.
Yeah, like he got a ring, and he's in line to get another one.
Yep.
So do you want the stats? This defense is #1 in the country, or do you want the win? So some defense coordinators like to be a part of that. Some of them don't. Heupel has to find out who wants to be a part of that. I happen to know some defense coordinators that do. And some defensive minds that do want to be a part of.
Yep. Guys, before I go, I'm glad Ben's Vandy buddy and him, Skip Bayless, can agree on just about everything. See you, bud!
Go Doors.
Oh, man.
We got Vanderbilt, Clemson Mike, and Bulldog Swain in the building today.
No.
And that right, Chip Payne?
I know Chip Payne going to start them jokes again.
Bulldog Swain. What's funny is Swain came down the stairs in his DJ Shockley jersey this morning and saw me and turned right back around and went upstairs and changed.
Man, that'd be big if true. Huge. Joe says, how do you rate the coaches that are interested? They're good coaches. Yeah, they're good coaches. I wouldn't even mention that they were not good. They're good coaches. I don't know how excited y'all will be about them because y'all get caught up in names. But they're good coaches. D.R. Vol says it's Sanford Swain.
Sanford?
The stadium. The Georgia Stadium. Zeus says Drew Lock took a step back when Dooley came in. Those are facts.
Sanford Swain. I like Bulldog Swain better.
Would you kick the tires on someone like Muschamp? I don't know if Muschamp would be down for this type of offense, man.
But yes, I would absolutely kick the tires.
I would, yeah.
Muschamp is a terrific defensive coordinator.
He would have a stroke on the sideline, giving up all these yards and his defense being on the field
we
so
would
much.
see the veins literally pop out of his head.
He will lose his mind. He might try to choke somebody out on the sideline. I can see that happening. 865-250-5503. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs. Instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Home service problems occur, even at the most inconvenient times, like during a health crisis. And Hiller is always here to help you 24/7. As people are social distancing and staying at home on workdays, it's an easier time to take care of home maintenance items that you feel are necessary. And we've put new safety precautions in place, like wearing gloves, avoiding physical contact, new sanitation protocols, and limiting time in your home. We're here for you.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While 2020 has been the year of weird, I believe we can all look back and think of at least one thing we're thankful for. And I want to thank the Swain Event family for your support and interaction. I've enjoyed getting to know the listeners and hope to continue those relationships for a long time. As always, when you need assistance in buying, selling, or investing in real estate, just give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Guys, prioritizing your health now is more important than ever, not only to build your immune system, but to address any chronic health issues you may have. I recommend Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness and follow strict medical guidelines for your health and safety. They are one of the leading men's medical providers in the country. Low T Center has reinvented the doctor's visit, making it quick and easy to get all of your levels checked, not just your testosterone. It starts with an annual wellness exam, where they do a comprehensive health assessment so you know all the numbers to your health. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed a weight gain, or loss of muscle mass, these can all be signs of low testosterone level, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. Low T Center can determine the cause and help. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment, including a take-home blood pressure monitoring cuff. At Low T Center, most insurance is accepted. Book your annual wellness exam or annual physical today. Go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Big time attaboy goes to everyone that contributed to the Salter family GoFundMe account on Friday. I remember when we tweeted it out, started to talk about it, it was at $20. And then like 10 minutes, it was like $9,000. The last time I checked, it was over $30,000. And I'm pretty sure it's closer to 40. So now, try to check it, see where we are right now with the fundraising. Oh my gosh. 43,000. And Kenneth Salter is, he contracted COVID while dropping off his son. He's been in ICU. The family's been right there by his side, so they, have had to take care of food, lodging, and travel expenses. The medical bills will be, crazy, and so thank you to the 143 people that donated. If you were anonymous, great. If you wasn't, great. If you donated $1, $100, or $1,000, great. Tennessee fan or not Tennessee fan, doesn't matter. But this is what it's about, just being a human being, just being a good human. And people were asking me, what about the NCAA? I don't care. When you see someone drowning, you're walking down the street, you see someone drowning, you don't ask questions. Someone needs your help. Well, what happens if needs help? Jumping in and saving them. First reaction, help. That's my first reaction. And $43,000 will go a long way for this family. So really, really good news there. 865-255-03 is our telephone number here on the Swain event. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Let me go to the Facebook Live comments. Also, the text box here. Mark from the Tri-Cities. Joe from the Tri-Cities. So good morning, Joe and Mark. Good morning, Ryan. Marcus from snowy Chattanooga. Now that we have a new head coach who could play a major role in recruiting during NCAA violations. Who could play a major role? I mean, it's not just one person. Even though Heupel's a head coach, it's going to be the culture. You know, going back to our question on the text box a little bit earlier, I think it was before hour number 3. The reason why Heupel will be successful is because of X. It's going to be how he builds his culture. That's what it's going to be about. That's what it's going to be about. It's not going to be about scheme. It's going to be about the players on this football team. Are there people around them, coaches, administrators that care about them as people? You're not going to outbid people right now.
Outbid?
Listen, you're not going to outbid your opponents right now.
Huh?
In recruiting games.
What do you mean outbid?
You heard what I said. You're not. We know what's going on around the conference, and we know what Tennessee is in trouble for right now. So call a spade a spade. The way you're going to attract players is your culture and how you use players to be successful. That's what's going to ultimately decide if Heupel is going to be successful or not. Because I think if you build it the right way, people will come. Build it the right way, they'll come. They'll come. They'll come. But it has to be built the right way. Joe Simpson says Ty Simpson is probably headed to Clemson, but wouldn't surprise me if he goes to Alabama. Joe says, I'm on that Josh Heupel train. Butch Jones played in the band. Heupel almost won a Heisman. Well, okay. Danny says, good morning, gentlemen. 2 great basketball games over the weekend, Go Vols and Lady Vols. Bob says, Ty Simpson or Harrison Bailey, who's better? I hate comparing a freshman or a sophomore or a freshman, COVID freshman quarterback to a junior high school quarterback. I can tell you who probably has a better upside. Upside would probably be Ty Simpson. But better right now probably is Harrison Bailey right now. But it doesn't really matter who's better right now. Because Ty Simpson's not playing until 2022. But I think Ty has the higher ceiling. Ben, agree, disagree?
I agree. I prefer Ty Simpson's style of play to Harrison Bailey's style of play. That's as far as I'm willing to go. I'm not going to say that one is better than the other or one's going to be better than the other because you just don't know. You just don't know how Ty Simpson is going to perform when he reaches the college level. And you don't know how Harrison Bailey is going to perform over the course of his career. There were things that Harrison did well this year that gives you hope for the future and gives you hope for his development. But you just don't know. You just don't know until it happens. It's kind of like the hypothetical Deshaun Watson trade going around right now. If you're the Jaguars and Urban Meyer, should you trade the number 1 overall pick to the Texans for Deshaun Watson? And in my opinion, if that were realistic, the Jaguars absolutely should trade the number 1 overall pick for Deshaun Watson because you know Deshaun Watson is one of the 5 to 7 best quarterbacks in the NFL. You don't know how Trevor Lawrence is going to be when he gets to the NFL. So You just never know. That's my overall point. So I'm not willing to say one is going to be better than the other, but I do prefer Ty Simpson's style of play in general more than I prefer Harrison Bailey's style of play. I prefer the dual threat quarterback, and not the run first Michael Vick, but a guy that can truly extend plays and threaten defenses with his legs, is a threat to take off. Caden Salter, your Ty Simpson, your Hendon Hooker, even your Brian Maurer to that extent. I prefer that style of quarterback over the style that Harrison plays.
Yeah, that's where we're going, man. That's where we're going in this style of football right now offensively. So still hard to say who's better right now, but really good point by you. Melissa says, I want to keep T. He's a great recruiter and offensive coach. His players love him too. I think it sounds good to have VFLs on the staff, but if the chemistry is not where it needs to be, then what do you want? Do you want VFL on the staff just to say VFL's on the staff, or do you want to win? And we had a VFL's AD, a VFL as receivers coach, a VFL as running backs coach, VFL working with the linebackers and Kevin Simon, and look what happened. Doesn't mean that there were problems because of a VFL. It just means that that's not always a solution.
It doesn't guarantee success. Just because you hire somebody who went to school here, played here, previously worked here, Jim Chaney, Derek Ansley, doesn't mean that it is going to work out.
Yeah, this
VFLs coming back have not worked out. You mentioned this year's group, but Terry Fair.
Yeah, and it's not their fault. And it's not their fault entirely. It's not their fault entirely. So it's not a guarantee, and we'll see what happens with T. Martin.
The football program,
I'll just say that,
not in position to really. It hasn't been in position to fully support VFLs coming back and support their aspirations and support them in their job and set them up to be successful. Now, I would love to see Chris Lofton on the basketball coaching staff. I think he would be set up for success there, but the football program is not at that point. And you can even look at it from an administrative standpoint. Mickey Allen and C.J. Phaeton are no longer here for reasons. And to me, in my opinion, it's because Tennessee has been so dysfunctional at the top that, like the football program, administration can't set up former Vols that enter administration up for success. I think it's more of a Tennessee issue than a former Vol VFL issue. I think I'm stating the obvious when I say that, but I do believe that's the case.
90s Vol says that GoFundMe was set up by a private organization in Texas, not associated with UT. NCAA doesn't have any restrictions about charitable donations. It's cool, y'all. LOL. Brandon SV says Ty Simpson is recruited hard by Bama and Clemson. Bailey was not, so there's that. Vol Birmingham, please say y'all have seen the Vol Shop tweet of Andy's new rap. Like, I'm really upset at Ben right now because he played it during the break. It's by far the worst 3 minutes I've spent in my life.
It's 1 minute and 21 seconds.
I can't believe Vol Shop even tweeted that out. It's ridiculously bad. It is terrible. Zell says, so sick and tired of hearing about VFLs coaching the team. How many Bama grads are coaching Bama? How many Gators are coaching on that team? Does it guarantee success? It doesn't.
I don't know the official count, but it doesn't feel like there's a ton of former Alabama people coaching on staff or former Florida people coaching on staff.
Man, Auburn had a they had Tracy Rocker, they had Travis Williams, they had Cardell Williams. I mean, they've had a lot of former Auburn players on that staff. There is something to be said about having a coach understand what it means to be a Vol or be a Tiger. And talking to recruits and talking to his players. But at the same time, man, I think sometimes a sense of entitlement can seep in too. So it's a double-edged sword. It really is. It's a double-edged sword. And I just hope everything works out. I mean, you got your national championship quarterback. And I just hope it works out. That's all I'm going to say. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Let's see here. I don't have a top 5 defense coordinator candidates. Nice try. Nice try. I don't have one. No, I don't have one. Seriously don't. Let's see. Eric the Red, what are your thoughts on Nick Saban recruiting video being leaked? Man, I watched like 30 seconds of it and I got distracted. But there was a Nick Saban video that was leaked.
How he recruits on Zoom.
He was like, yo, only part I saw was he was like, hey, man, we got NFL draft picks. We're going to compete for championships. And then he just leaned back in the seat and was like, hey, what you want to do? That's what I gathered from the video. I didn't watch the entire video. Ben, did you watch the entire video?
My Bama buddies sent it to me, but I did not watch it. They sent it to me during the basketball game, and I responded and said, too busy watching Tennessee put the SEC on its back during this SEC Big 12 challenge since you bums down there in Tuscaloosa couldn't handle your business against Oklahoma. So stop sending me your propaganda.
Yeah, I mean that's what I saw from the video. But I'll try to watch the whole thing.
I meant to go back and watch it. I just completely forgot about it until now.
I wonder if Nick is going to recruit by Zoom now, or what is he going to do to make sure that doesn't happen? I don't think there's anything he can do. And if that player who leaked it, I doubt that player is being recruited anymore, unless he's like Tua good. If he's Tua good, then yeah, we'll let it slide. But
do you think that maybe we could start a rumor that it was a particular quarterback that Tennessee wants that leaked the video?
I am not starting any rumors, man.
Maybe it'll make Nick Saban not want him anymore. Turn him off.
I see what you're saying.
We got to give our all for Tennessee. We got to make sure Ty Simpson ends up a Vol by any means necessary.
Ty Simpson leaked it. Be mad at Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson was a whistleblower.
Rescind his offer, so he has to come to Tennessee. Then he'll just go to Clemson.
Shut up.
Our plan didn't work. Dabo, do something so we can blame it on Ty. We want Ty here in orange. Not that orange, this orange. Oh, man. Basketball is good, though. They play Tuesday night. We get to see a sweaty Kermit Davis.
Oh, poor Kermit. He just doesn't even know what's coming for him.
Oh, man.
Clap them cheeks.
For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Hope you have a great Monday. Peace and love. We are out. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.